It's me, the bartender. I'm coming to you via satellite communications up in the sky, up and around, down into your computer dwelling. Anyway, here we go with a review of a classic Nintendo game that I don't know if it's that classic. I mean, it is, but it isn't. Adventure Island. For the Nintendo Entertainment System. Now, this game was back when I was young. I loved this game. It was a hell of a game, actually. I mean, I don't even know how to describe this game because, quite frankly, playing it nowadays, it seems like I must have been on some kind of crack or heroin when I played this game, because this game is terribly difficult, but at the same time, very, very average. Now, how can a game be average that had almost like 7 sequels, had a spin-off series, was based off the spin-off series, but had the spin-off series continue? Sega, Turbo Graphics, Wonder Boy, if you don't know what I'm talking about. But enough of that. Let's get into the gameplay of this game. For you to play this game, you need to have a very, very, very large amount of like stress-free being in your soul, because this game will test your patience and pretty much anything that you have within you that will make you throw a controller in frustration. I don't know how to describe it other than it is a maddening game. It's trial and error. That's a way to describe the game, trial and error. See, as you progress through the game as Master Higgins, which is like a caveman with a baseball hat who sometimes gets a skateboard and trips over rocks, your purpose is to get your girlfriend back, and of course that's a great storyline for any video game. Get your girlfriend back, or a princess, or some damsel in distress. But this game has pretty much it's lame in its level design. Once you start playing it, you start realizing that it's almost the same levels appearing, but just harder. Enemies start spawning at the same time. There might be like 20 bats that come after you at one time, and you're like throwing that tomahawk at them, and pew, pew, and you might hit them, and then sometimes you hit them, nothing happens, you get hit, you die. And by the way, when you get hit, one hit kills Master Higgins. And talking about killing, this game, as far as I know, has no continues. It is painfully difficult. They only give you 3 lives, and they lie to you, because when you die, it says you have 2, but you only have 1. Figure that out. Well, don't have to really figure it out, just the way they designed it, they're being realistic with, oh, you got 1 life left. Usually some games they say you got 1 life left and you have 0 lives and then you're done. So, anyway, back to the game. As you progress through the game gets harder. The levels start to repeat as far as the backgrounds, and the enemies start repeating, obviously. But the game just gets intensely difficult, and you got 3 lives. Now, unless you know the code, which I don't even know the code, or if you know about the secret egg on the first level that allows you to continue only if you press certain buttons after you die to continue where you left off, you need to be on like serious alcohol to even attempt to beat this game in one shot. Now, I would imagine if you get the level design down to a T and figure things out on yourself, you know, you might be able to do it. You might be able to pull off the Master Higgins. But here is another gripe of mine, and I'm jumping all over because this is my first video in a while. The enemies, as far as I know, and I've only gotten to maybe stage 5 without really losing my mind, it's almost the same enemy, no different pattern for attacks other than throwing fire at you eventually, and a different head on the same body. Because once you kill the monster at the end, the body jumps, and then you see like, oh, here comes stage 2's monster. Kill stage 2's monster, his head falls off, here comes stage 3's monster. So it's like the same boss for every level. And it's easy. That's the crazy part. The hard part is getting to the boss, not necessarily playing the game. The game boss. I got distracted. Skateboard. So, as far as what I consider about this game being a classic, I'd say yeah, trial and error game. You don't see many games like this nowadays. So I like the game. I strongly recommend seeking out any of the Adventure Islands. I heard there was an Adventure Island 4 that came out in Japan. That's more like Wonder Boy, but then that gets all muddied up. So read into it. It's an interesting read. And thank you for watching. I am almost at 200 subscribers, which is 200 subscribers. That's 100 more than I had a long time ago. So I appreciate that. So, with that said and done, Adventure Island from the Nintendo Entertainment System, by all means, look for it. Purchase it. Play it. Die, because you're going to die a bunch of times. Try to find the egg at the end of the first level. Look into it, because you're going to need it. And hopefully, maybe you'll play more games in the series. As far as the gameplay on demo mode, I'm sorry, but when I'm looking at me reviewing the game, I see this like little line of, we'll call that education. The line of education here is like static in the picture screen or whatever you want to call it, but I'll hopefully get that fixed. So, thank you very much. I'm the bartender, and you have yourself a wonderful day.